We should invest all of our money in Pokemon cards. Yeah, that's literally me missing every single meeting. All right, this is the video everybody wanted us to watch. Let's check it out.
I want you to join the secret squadron.
Yeah, I think one of the most beautiful parts of this organization is you have 5 different people, 5 very different experiences.
There's the organization.
There it is. Oh no.
If I imagined, like pictured a sex cult leader in my head, it would actually be S-Fan.
The org is OTK, and its unified purpose was friendship, using a patented method of Twitch Prime for streaming success. Led by a man named Asmongold. But the claims that Asmongold had the world's largest mount collection, or how members had to bow to a picture of him on the wall, and how they had to call him the literal god, got some worried.
The look of like a sex god or something. You know, banging all the women.
You know, being part of an org is kind of cool. I like the idea of an org, but I just don't want to join any of these orgs. So I thought to myself, well, why don't I just make my own org with blackjack and hookers?
A cult is a group or a social movement that's led by a charismatic leader who is authoritarian and who demands to be revered as a godlike figure. The group has some form of indoctrination program, sometimes called thought reform.
She's my bird.
We don't say that word anymore.
She's my bitch.
Thank you.
There is exploitation, either sexual, financial, some type of exploitation of the members.
It's biscuit for
Oh, no! He's crying!
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Let's see if he needs some apple juice.
Oh my god, give him some sippy
Let's
cups.
go see if he needs apple juice. Oh, no!
Once you take that first step and go to that first meeting or talk or meditation group or Bible study, recruiters can work on you and invite you back, and it basically is a process from there.
So you would like to join OTK? Have you put in an application? What do you want to do? Do you want to be like the social media manager? What would you like to be in OTK?
Kidding me? You're asking me what I want to be? A social media manager?
I don't know. Just tell me what you want, and maybe I'll think about it. I can talk to the guys. Here,
We denied his application, by the way.
I can handle this job. Hold on.
We denied the application, by the way.
I'm calling S-Fan.
Have you ever eaten corn the long way?
I'm sorry? What does that mean?
Have you ever eaten corn the long way?
Not now, S-Fan. Don't do this to him.
What does that mean?
So we came up with this idea of making an org and building the org.
Dude, Dank
around
Dev,
our
thank you
friends
again for the
and building
50th
the
subs
org
tonight.
around friendship
Like,
and
dude,
joy.
that is so
And I think
fucking
that's where
crazy.
S-Fan came in.
Esfand, being a notorious leader of another cult for years, was the perfect match for a large-scale operation like OTK.
There's no sex cult. What are you talking about? One time I was walking around and I see him in
Dude, this is so good. This editing is so good.
Okay, where's where go whatever. They're talking about group of people, and they're in top of the buildings in Iron Force. There's like a balcony in one of the buildings, and they're on top of that balcony, and they're all completely.
Dev, you don't have to, man.
He's up there, he's a dwarf, he's up there with like some human, and I just sit there and I just join in with him. So I go up there and I take off my clothes too, and if I remember this right, I remember them being naked. This is my memory, okay? But I remember just like RPing with them for like an hour.
Here you see Esfand setting up a hidden camera in his shower.
Dev, that's really kind of you. Yeah, I mean, dude, Dev, like, you don't have to. Like, I mean it.
Bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling.
Dude, this editing is so good. Oh my god.
Yeah, they call this Operation Naughty Not Nice, an undercover sexting that resulted in the arrest of 80 people. Many of them were married. They came from a variety of professions, and some you think would have learned their lesson the first time.
Dude, you guys ever see the you guys ever see that video of the dude sucking the chick's toes in the car, and it looks like he's eating a burrito. You know what I'm talking about? Never mind.
You know exactly where to put that, don't you?
OTK fucked up my intestines and caused me to have a leaky butt. Up until recently, I fixed it. You wanna know how I fixed it? And this is a God's honest true story. I put a butt plug in my practiced squeezing it closed and opening it up over and over.
Kegling, anal
so I could hold
kegels.
the butt plug in my ass. And now my butt doesn't leak anymore.
Yep.
They say OTK stands for
Pago Paul.
One True King, but in reality, it stands for over the knee.
Oh,
Established
God.
BDSM term for spanking. They even sell leather paddles on Amazon branded with OTK.
Okay. All right. So, okay, I gotta come clean. Does anybody know who came up with the name? Has anybody else in OTK ever said this before? I did. It was me. I came up with the name OTK. Now here's the thing. We spent a lot of time. We even paid like brand people and shit like we put a lot of time into the name. We actually delayed announcing the organization because of the name. I spent so many nights up late in calls with like Ms. Kiff and like everybody like trying to work on the name. And the way that the name actually came up, we originally, our original name, the first name that we were like, oh, we're gonna do it was Prime. We're gonna be Prime. But yeah, I basically, guys, you know, we almost named ourselves Prime. We were like, yo, we're gonna get like cease and desist. We're gonna man, it's gonna be like too hot in the kitchen. Like we left the preheat on the oven too long. If we start off like this, it's just gonna, you know, it's out of the kitchen and straight into the courts. If we do something like this, we're gonna get DMCA'd by Amazon. And hey, now 3 months later, we're still getting DMCA'd by Amazon. So maybe we should have just fucking named ourselves Prime. Am I right or am I fucking right? But when we were trying to come up with the name, I got so frustrated one night. Miz and I were working our fucking tookuses off, trying to figure out what the name was going to be. And Miz is an incredible guy to work with if he's tired, because then he talks less. But also, seriously, as far as creative stuff goes, he's my fifth favorite person to work with on OTK. And we were sitting there, we're trying to come up with a name, and I was just like, dude, I need to take a break. I was like, we're not coming up with anything good right now. And sat back for a second, and I played a game of Magic the Gathering, and it was during the current season's Ikora, right? So it was Zendikar Rising, or no, vice versa. It was Ikora. I was playing Ikora, and it was the end. I had already hit like platinum or something, nothing too crazy. It was while I was in Ukraine casting the last Dota tournament I did before I retired casting Dota. And I was playing a deck that used Terror of the Storm Peaks, or whatever the fuck that dragon's called, that basically deals damage based off of the monster's power that you summon. And it was a one-turn kill deck, where basically you just threw a bunch of shit in the graveyard, you threw it onto the battlefield. Yeah, thank you again, Red Oak, for literally fucking 3 years. Thank you. And you basically throw a bunch of shit, and bam, you just blew everything up. It was a one-turn kill deck, which is in card games referred to as an OTK deck. And I literally was like, OTK, that sounds pretty fucking sick. And I went to Mizkif and I was like, yo, what do you think of OTK? And he was like, I fucking like it. Went around to everybody. S-Fan was like, what if we did something like Knights, like one take, like, and we started messing around with it a whole bunch. And then all of a sudden, we ended up with One True King, and that was how we made the name. And then ultimately, wow, it becomes this. It's pretty fucking crazy. The name Spanx, yeah, it goes pretty hard.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, God. We're bringing OTK back, baby.
Damn.
The evidence is overwhelming. You just have to connect the dots. Is OTK really a sex cult? You decide.
We are not a sex cult. Dude, that was so good. That was actually such a good video, man.